What's happening, everyone? Jason Wright here. Joining me, as always, is Georgia, and today I want to talk about the time AI almost cost me a product launch. About an hour before it went live,
That's a good opener. What happened?
I was getting ready to run paid traffic to a paid offer, which means before you spend a dime, you make sure your tracking is actually firing, because if it isn't, you're buying blind. So I pulled up all the code and walked through it, and I got told pretty confidently that two critical pieces were missing. The page view tracking wasn't there, and there was no purchase event anywhere in the funnel,
Which would mean no data at all.
which would mean the entire launch was pointless. You'd be spending money and learning nothing.
So what did you do?
I went and looked, and both pieces were there. They just weren't where somebody would expect to find them. They were set up at the individual page level instead of sitting in the site-wide code, which is actually the correct way to do it in the platform I use.
So the analysis was confident and wrong?
Confident and wrong. And here's the part that matters. If I had believed it, I'd have spent the hour before launch rewriting tracking that already worked. Best case, I waste an hour. Worst case, I break something that was fine and launch with genuinely broken data.
I want to sit on this one because I think the obvious lesson is the wrong lesson.
Go ahead.
The easy takeaway is don't trust AI, but you use it every single day and it clearly earns its keep, or you'd have stopped.
That's right. And I'm not going to stop.
So the real question isn't whether to trust it, it's knowing which answers require you to go look before you act.
And I think there's a clean line there. If it's giving me an idea, a draft, a critique, a different angle on something, there's very little downside to being wrong. I read it, I disagree, or I don't, we move on. If it's telling me a fact about the current state of something I own, that's when I get up and go look.
Because those are the ones where acting on wrong information causes damage.
Exactly. Wrong idea cost me nothing. Wrong fact about my own system cost me a working setup.
Can I add one thing to that?
Please do, my southern friend.
The confidence is the trap, not the error. If it had said, I don't see page view tracking here, but check your page level settings, you'd have checked, found it, and moved on in 30 seconds. The problem wasn't the mistake. It was that the mistake arrived sounding certain.
That's the sharpest way I've heard that put. And it's worth saying that a person does the same thing. You've had employees tell you something confidently that turned out to be wrong. We just have decades of practice reading that in a human face, and almost none reading it in text.
That's a fair point. It's a new skill, not a new problem.
So here's my takeaway. Use it for everything. Verify anything that describes the current state of something you own before you act on it. That one habit is the difference between AI saving you a week and AI costing you a launch.
All right, I'm keeping that one.
One quick thing before you go. If your calendar isn't as full as you'd like it to be, the problem usually isn't your marketing. It's your offer. I put together a free one-page checklist for you. It covers 12 things your offer needs before you spend another dime on ads or another 6 months on content. Head over to highticketchecklist.com and grab it. It takes about 2 minutes to score yourself, and you'll know exactly where the leaks are. Thanks for listening today. I appreciate every one of you.
Talk soon.
See you in the next episode.
Stay curious and stay intentional with AI in your business.